Welcome to the new video. Welcome to my channel. And today we're talking about what to do if you want a simple life. And the most important thing is you need to start embodying the simple version, the version of yourself you want to be. You need to disconnect from what's happening to you right now. You need to become aware that you're not your feelings, you're not your emotions, you're not your thoughts, and you must understand that you're being, because as a being we are creators. We create our lives, and we can either stand in the position of a victim, which sees the world as things happening to them, how horrible things are and how everything's hard and harder and harder, or as a creator, wow, what is this teaching me? Why is this happening for me? What can I learn through this? And how can I go forward? And so we need to understand that as complicated as our life is right now at this moment, this is only our beginning point, our starting point, and we go on from here. Nothing that has happened to you before defines you. Nothing that you have experienced limits you from experiencing what you want. And if that is a simple life, a life without pain, without physical pain, with relief of pain, then you need to start acting as that person. You need to start embodying that person step by step. Of course, building trust within yourself with that version of you, and building that trust that then supports you in the long term, that holds you through any low points that might occur. Because whenever we're changing something, we are stepping out of our comfort zone, and our mind loves to keep us in the comfort zone. Our mind likes what it knows, it doesn't like the unknown. So the fear that arises while stepping outside, and the mind and the comfort zone, um, is always here for us to protect us. Okay, your mind wants the really best for you at all times, but it only knows how to give you the best with the way you're programming your mind. Okay, so programming your mind means how you use your mind on a daily basis and what beliefs you choose to implement into your mind. You have some kind of limiting beliefs, some kind of beliefs, as I call them. They're not limiting, they're beliefs in general. We can see them either as limiting or supportive beliefs, but to altogether they're beliefs. Everything in the core is neutral. And this is the set, the package that you have been given in the beginning. You have been programmed to, you've been educated to, you've educated yourself, you've been observing things, seeing them, experiencing them. And this is the initial package that we can work with after. Whenever you realize that you can have a simple life, it's usually, unfortunately, in some low points. It's usually in the points where the pain gets so hard that we don't want it. We need to really enter a state that is unsupportable for us anymore. That's usually the initial point where we start changing things, we start changing ourselves. And in the case of, once you're so overwhelmed, usually through, even it can end in a burnout on any form of too muchness, this is where you're gonna be probably starting to look for a simple life, for a simple way out. And there always is a simple life, and it can change faster than you think, but it's only about you starting to embody that version of yourself that is leading that life already. You've probably heard this many times on the self-development way, but going from um, intense physical pain into relief of pain, you need to work differently. You need to change the way you cope with life. You need to change your coping mechanisms, because chronic pain in your body is a coping mechanism. It is a buildup of tension that you have gathered along the way through evaluating situations as stressful, through evaluating situations as scary. Okay, and that fear is what accumulates that tension in us, that when it's released, it creates pain. Okay, you need to also understand that in the state of migraine, the pain itself is the last step. It's when you are safe to release. Okay, that is when your body and you and your maybe, or it gets too much, so much that you feel like it's safe for you to release that tension, and unfortunately goes through pain because it's some kind of unprocessed things. If when we receive things we aren't able to process them, they're basically too much for us, then it results as accumulation of tension in our body, which results in pain, and then we need to release this. So the pain itself, the physical pain that we can feel, is the last stage of what's been going on. Okay, so always you can connect yourself back to the knowing, because nothing happens coincidentally, nothing happens for no reason, nothing happens just so for it to be happening. Nothing's happening to you, nothing's happening to punish you, nothing's happening to put you down. Everything's happening for you to rise to your full potential. Okay, it's happening for you to understand yourself better. Pain is happening for you to understand that you can lead a more simple and easier life, and it's gonna be there, luckily, because it's concentrated intuition, and it's gonna be there for you until you're ready to change those boundaries of what you're allowing life to throw at you, to change those boundaries and change the treatment, the way you approach yourself, the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you are there for yourself. And in the core, everything is simple. Okay, there's always a simple way, there's always a simple understanding. I want to invite you to come back every time you think you know why something's happening to you, because that initial thought is usually the one, and it's usually the one, always the knowing. Okay, so when you tune in with yourself and think, why is this migraine here? The first thought that comes to your mind is usually the right one. But what we do, we complicate things. We create a complicated life. We think that can't be it. It can't be so simple. It can't be so easy. And so we bring in new thoughts. And the ego loves to bring in new thoughts. Why we're supposed to suffer, why we're supposed to live in poverty, why we're supposed to live in unhappiness. The mind that has been programmed, the initial package, starts presenting us with beliefs such as life is hard, life is painful, you can't have everything. But these are all programs, and a good program, a strong collective program, is you have to do what you don't want to do. In life, that's just life. You have to do things that you don't want to do. That's a belief. That's a belief that if it's true for you, then that's your reality. But you have the choice if this will be the belief for you, because it's not the belief of everyone. And you can start finding, instead of finding someone who assures you that this is the belief and proves you, wow, life is hard, and you together can complain about it and um, basically dwell in that pain. We're good at supporting our pain and accumulating it. The more you focus on it, the more you focus on as if it's something bad happening to you, the more it grows. We love to kind of punish ourselves a little bit more. We love to grieve and we love to suffer. Okay? There's a part of you that needs to suffer if you're suffering. Okay? But you can start looking for examples that trigger you. Probably at first they're going to be angering you because you're going to think, well, I don't want to be like that because, and that is always the story we tell ourselves. This is where we complicate our lives because we put conditions on things that we want, and that's why we block ourselves from those things that we want, from the healthy relationship, healthy body, healthy lifestyle, healthy bank account statement, whatever it is. We block ourselves from that, and then we tell ourselves a story of why we don't want it or why we can't have it. We're very, very good at complicating our lives. We're very good at creating to-do lists of things, of so many things we can't achieve in one day. And then we punish ourselves on that, on the matter of how we're not even able to achieve that. And we're constantly running late, we're constantly not catching up with life. But you want to get ahead. You want to create the simplicity. You want to create the abundance. And with getting ahead, you must embody right now the version you're becoming, you want to become. What does the version of you that is as successful as you want, as abundant as you want, as healthy as you want, do on a daily basis? Because those are gonna be the steps you're gonna have to start doing on a daily basis, and they're gonna be maybe very different to what you're used to what you have learned to believe, to what you have programmed yourself to. Because if what you're doing isn't working, if what you're doing isn't getting you to where you want to be, and you're not living right now at this moment your dream reality, then you must change how you're doing things. You must change what you do on a daily basis, and where you focus your energy, your attention on, that grows. So if you are great at creating more to-do lists, making yourself more overwhelmed, making yourself constantly busy, like you can't stop at all, putting on more work, putting on more chores, putting on more responsibility, then this is what's gonna grow, because the limit of that is endless. Only something you choose is gonna stop you, whether it's a disease in your body, whether it's something from the outside, an accident or something. But at one point it's gonna stop you, and there only we start reflecting. For me it was migraines on a daily basis. It was incredible pain. The way I was leading my life wasn't getting me to where I want to be. And this is where the gift of the pain comes in. You need to understand that the pain is always here as a gift. And if you're brave enough to start opening it, it's gonna transform your life so much. It's gonna change it completely, because the simple way is a decision. Having a simple life is your decision. And if you have been deciding on a complicated life on a daily basis for years and ages, obviously it's not gonna flip overnight. But the things can happen very fast. They can change very fast. Okay, and whatever's happening inside you, all that resistance, all that feelings, all that anxiety, whatever is there, That's the stuff that's gonna help you get through. Okay, all of that stuff is here for you. It's accumulated because you allowed it to accumulate, and you need to look towards how you really want your life to look, how you really want your life to be. Only then you're gonna get closer to that. Okay, this is how you start multiplying. Whatever it is you want, you need to start doing it. Okay, and you need to start taking more action that's aligned with you. Because at the end of the journey, you're gonna only be taking action from your good energy. Only be taking action from when you are aligned, because you will understand that you've been wasting so much of your energy on the things you don't want to do. And this is what drains you. Whenever you say yes to what you don't want to do, you're putting energy, more of your precious energy, into what you don't want to do. And therefore, you're multiplying what you don't want to do. And therefore, on a daily basis, you're going to have more of things that you don't want to do. So, really revise what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to, because you need to understand whenever you say yes to others people's needs, to others people's expectations, whatever they might be, because you have no idea, but we only assume and we create expectations of expectations. But whenever you say yes to that, what's not aligned for you, with you, you're saying no to yourself. You're saying no to your pain. You're saying not now. Not now, pain. Not now, migraine. I have better things to be doing, which is satisfying other people's needs. This is what you're doing. You need to understand that whenever you're avoiding your pain, you're suppressing it, you're going to do some other action, you're trying whatever in order to not be there with your pain, that's when you're saying no to your alignment, no to yourself, no to your health, no to your energy, and yes to an illusion that you think is important, something outside of you. Everything you need is hidden inside of you. The source of your love, the source of your abundance, the source of your relief. Whenever you're saying yes to that seeming outside abundance, to that seeming outside pleasure, to that seeming outside love, whatever, you're saying no to the true, sustainable, long lasting pleasure, abundance, relief. And we really need to come back to this knowing. We really need to start trusting our mind, because whenever you're in a situation that you're not quite sure, or you're not quite feeling great, you're not in a balance, you think something's off, something's not right, then you're right. This is what the intuition is here for. Whenever there's something off, and it's on a daily basis in that one situation with that person, if that person in your life brings you tension, then it's not meant to be here for you. And you're supposed to decide to have it the way you want it to have it, the way you want it for yourself. Because only that will free both of you. Whenever the situation doesn't work, it doesn't work both ways. Okay, if it's triggering you, it's triggering also them. It's like clashing into a wall, but we do this on a daily basis. We clash into a wall. We complicate our lives by telling ourselves stories about why we can't have what we want. We tell ourselves endless stories about why not now, And yeah, why we can't have it, why we can't be without pain, with relief, why we can't have a simple life. We're great experts at creating stuff, cluttering ourselves with stuff, with emotional stuff, with mental stuff, with stuff around us, with stuff of drama, but not often we're honest with ourselves in making the selection between the stuff, making the selection of, okay, I take responsibility for the life I choose. If I choose a simple life, I have to start embodying a simple life and discovering. You need to find, what does that simple life actually mean? What does the life that you want actually mean, and what does it consist of? And this is the journey of self-discovery, because you're already here, you have all the answers inside you, but it's the journey of getting to know yourself, self-discovery, self-relief. This is what brings ease into your life. It's the honesty. It's the honesty about what I want and how does it look. And is this it? Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.